Ni hao, and welcome to episode of Country Icebergs. Today we are going over the China iceberg. Let's dive. Republic of China. The Republic of China is the official name of the government that currently administers Taiwan and several nearby islands. It was founded in 1912 after the fall of the Qing Dynasty and originally governed mainland China. After losing the Chinese Civil War in 1949, the ROC government retreated to Taiwan, while the People's Republic of China took control of mainland China. Pandas. Giant panda are large black and white bears native to the mountain forests of central China. They are famous for mainly eating bamboo, even though they belong to the carnivore family. Giant pandas became a global symbol of wildlife conservation and are strongly associated with the work of the Worldwide Fund for Nature, whose logo features a panda. After decades of protection and habitat conservation, their status improved from endangered to vulnerable in 2016. Mao Zedong. Mao Zedong was the founding leader of the Chinese Communist Party and the first leader of the People's Republic of China, established in 1949. He led the communist forces to victory in the Chinese Civil War against the nationalists. Mao launched major campaigns such as the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution, which had massive social and economic consequences. Taiwan. Taiwan is an island in East Asia, located off the southeastern coast of mainland China. It is governed by the Republic of China, which moved there after the Chinese Civil War, when the Communists established the People's Republic of China on the mainland. Taiwan today operates as a democratic, self-governing state with its own government, military, and economy. Chinese dynasty. A Chinese dynasty was a period when one family ruled China and passed power from one emperor to the next. Many dynasties believed their right to rule came from the mandate of heaven, meaning the heavens approved their leadership. One of the earliest unified dynasties was the Qin dynasty, which helped unify China and begin projects like the early Great Wall. Tiananmen Square. Tiananmen Square is a large public square in the center of Beijing, China, famous for its historical and political significance. In 1989, it became the site of pro-democracy protests led mostly by students, calling for political reform, freedom of speech, and an end to corruption. The Chinese government declared martial law and used military force to suppress the protests, resulting in hundreds or possibly thousands of deaths, though exact numbers remain unknown. Communism. Communism in China began with the founding of the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, in 1921, inspired by Marxist-Leninist ideology. After decades of civil war against the nationalist government, the CCP, led by Mao Zedong, established the People's Republic of China in 1949. The government implemented centralized economic planning, collectivization of agriculture, and state ownership of industry, along with campaigns like the Great Leap Forward and Cultural Revolution. COVID-19. COVID-19 is a contagious disease caused by the SARS-CoV-2 virus, first identified in Wuhan, China in late 2019. It spreads mainly through respiratory droplets and causes symptoms ranging from mild cold-like effects to severe respiratory illness and death, especially in older adults or people with pre-existing conditions. The virus triggered a global pandemic, leading to widespread lockdowns, travel restrictions, and a major public health response. Winnie the Pooh is banned. Winnie the Pooh is banned because people used Pooh images to joke about and compare him to Xi Jinping. Because of those memes, Chinese censors sometimes remove or limit Pooh-related images and discussions on the internet. In a few cases, Pooh-related media was restricted, such as the film Christopher Robin not being released in China. Japan War. The Second Sino-Japanese War was fought between Japan and China from 1937 to 1945. It began after the Marco Polo Bridge incident near Beijing and became part of the larger World War II. During the war, Japanese forces invaded large parts of China, leading to major battles and tragedies such as the Nanjing Massacre. The Qing dynasty was the last imperial dynasty of China, ruling from 1644 to 1912. It was founded by the Manchu people and greatly expanded China's territory, including regions like Tibet, Xinjiang, and Mongolia. In the 1800s, the dynasty weakened due to internal rebellions, foreign pressure, and wars such as the Opium Wars. It finally collapsed after the Xinhai Revolution in 1911 to 1912, ending over 2,000 years of imperial rule in China. Game censorship laws. Video games in China are heavily regulated by the government. Authorities restrict content that includes excessive violence, gambling, politically sensitive topics, or anything that challenges the authority of the Chinese Communist Party. Games must be approved by regulators such as the National Press and Publication Administration before they can be released. Social credit. The social credit system in China is a government program designed to monitor and evaluate the behavior of individuals and businesses. It is overseen by agencies of the Chinese Communist Party and the Chinese government. People or companies that follow laws and regulations may receive benefits such as easier access to loans or travel, while those who break rules, like failing to pay debts, can face restrictions. 1949. The year 1949 is most notable in China for the loss of mainland control by the Republic of China. After years of civil war, the Chinese Communist Party, led by Mao Zedong, defeated the nationalist forces of the ROC. The ROC government retreated to Taiwan, where it continued to operate as a separate state. Manchuria. Manchuria, a region in northeast China, became a puppet state of Japan in 1932, known as Manchukuo. Japan invaded Manchuria in 1931, claiming to protect its interests after the Mukden incident, and installed Puyi, the last Qing emperor, as a figurehead ruler. Manchukuo was controlled entirely by Japanese military and industrial authorities, serving as a base for expansion into China. Re-education camps. Re-education camps in China are detention facilities used primarily in the Xinjiang region to hold Uyghurs and other Muslim minorities. Chinese authorities describe them as vocational training or counter-extremism centers, while international observers report forced indoctrination, political education, and human rights abuses. Detainees are reportedly subject to strict surveillance, ideological training, and sometimes forced labor. Deng Xiaoping. Deng Xiaoping was a Chinese revolutionary and politician who became the paramount leader of China after the death of Mao Zedong. He is best known for introducing economic reforms and the open door policy, shifting China from strict communism toward a market-oriented economy while maintaining one-party rule. Deng's policies led to rapid industrialization, foreign investment, and modernization, fundamentally transforming China's economy. The Han Dynasty. The Han Dynasty ruled China from 206 BCE to 220 CE, following the fall of the Qin Dynasty. It is considered one of China's golden ages, marked by political stability, territorial expansion, and flourishing culture, science, and trade. The Han established the civil service system, standardized writing and currency, and promoted Confucianism as the state philosophy. Korean War help. During the Korean War, China intervened to support North Korea after United Nations forces, led by the United States, pushed north toward the Chinese border. In late 1950, Chinese People's Volunteer Army troops crossed the Yalu River to fight UN and South Korean forces, tipping the balance in favor of North Korea. China's involvement prevented a complete defeat of the North and led to a stalemate along the 38th parallel, which eventually became the modern border. 1912 Revolt. The 1912 revolt in China refers to uprisings during the Xinhai Revolution, which aimed to overthrow the Qing dynasty. By 1912, revolutionary forces had gained momentum, leading to the abdication of the last emperor, Puyi, and the establishment of the Republic of China. The revolt was fueled by nationalist, anti-imperial, and modernization movements across provinces seeking an end to imperial rule. Mengjiang. Mengjiang was a Japanese puppet state in Inner Mongolia from 1939 to 1945 during the Second Sino-Japanese War. It was established by Imperial Japan to control the region and exploit its resources, and it was led nominally by Prince Demchug Dongrub, a Mongol aristocrat. Japan controlled Mengjiang's military, economy, and administration, using it as a base for further expansion into China. No contract law. In China, modern contract law did not fully develop until the late 20th century. During the early decades after 1949, the planned economy meant most economic activity was controlled by the state rather than private agreements. As economic reforms began under Deng Xiaoping in the late 1970s and 1980s, China gradually introduced legal frameworks for business. Great Chinese Famine. The Great Chinese Famine occurred from 1959 to 1961 and was one of the deadliest famines in human history. It was largely caused by policies of the Great Leap Forward, initiated by Mao Zedong, including forced collectivization, unrealistic grain production targets, and poor planning. Natural disasters such as droughts and floods worsened the situation, leading to widespread starvation and the deaths of an estimated 15 to 45 million people. World War I. During World War I, China was officially neutral at first, but later declared war on Germany in 1917 to reclaim lost territories and gain a seat at the post-war peace negotiations. China sent over 100,000 laborers as part of the Chinese Labor Corps, working behind the front lines in France and Belgium, performing logistics, construction, and support duties. Although China hoped to regain German concessions in Shandong province, these ambitions were largely ignored at the Treaty of Versailles, sparking the May 4th movement in 1919. Hong Xiuquan. Hong Xiuquan was a Chinese religious and political leader who led the Taiping Rebellion against the Qing Dynasty. Claiming to be the younger brother of Jesus Christ, he established the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom in southern China and promoted radical social reforms, including land redistribution and gender equality. The rebellion became one of the deadliest conflicts in history, causing tens of millions of deaths. Gay movies banned. In China, depictions of gay content in movies, TV, and streaming media are heavily restricted under government censorship regulations. The authorities, through agencies like the National Radio and Television Administration, prohibit content showing abnormal sexual relationships, which has been interpreted to include LGBTQ+ themes. Filmmakers and platforms often self-censor or remove scenes featuring same-sex relationships to comply with these rules. Chiang Kai-shek. Chiang Kai-shek, 1887 to 1975, was a Chinese political and military leader who led the Kuomintang after Sun Yat-sen's death. He served as the leader of the Republic of China on the mainland from the 1920s until 1949. Fighting both the Chinese Communists and the Japanese during the Second Sino-Japanese War. After the Chinese Civil War, Chiang retreated with the KMT to Taiwan, where he ruled as president and maintained the Republic of China government. Qing owned Mongolia. Yes, during the Qing dynasty, the Qing emperors ruled over Inner and Outer Mongolia as part of the empire's frontier regions. The Mongols were organized under banner and league systems, maintaining some local autonomy while pledging allegiance to the Qing emperor. The Qing used military garrisons, marriages, and administrative oversight to integrate Mongolian territories without full assimilation. Racism. Racism in China refers to social and systemic discrimination against certain ethnic, racial, or foreign groups within the country. Minority populations such as Uyghurs, Tibetans, and Africans in Chinese cities sometimes face prejudice, restricted access to services, or social stigmatization. Government policies and nationalist sentiment can exacerbate discrimination, and foreigners or darker-skinned people have reported biased treatment in housing, employment, and public spaces. Taiwan was under Japanese rule. Yes, Taiwan was under Japanese rule from 1895 to 1945, including during World War II. Japan gained Taiwan after defeating China in the First Sino-Japanese War, and formally annexed it under the Treaty of Shimonoseki. During World War II, Taiwan served as a strategic base for Japanese military operations in the Pacific, providing resources, labor, and infrastructure support. Puyi. Puyi was the last emperor of the Qing dynasty and ruled as the Xuantong Emperor from 1908 to 1912. He abdicated after the Xinhai Revolution, which ended over 2,000 years of imperial rule in China. Later, Puyi was installed by Japan as the figurehead ruler of the puppet state Manchukuo from 1932 to 1945. Finn is smaller. In some Chinese posters for Star Wars films, characters like Finn appear smaller or less prominent than in Western versions. This is often due to marketing decisions that emphasize characters who are considered more familiar or appealing to the local audience, such as Rey or other visually central characters. The choice can also reflect cultural preferences, perceived star power, or merchandising priorities in China. China could not reach Taiwan. China has never successfully taken control of Taiwan, despite asserting sovereignty over the island. After the Chinese Civil War, the Republic of China government retreated to Taiwan, while the People's Republic of China was established on the mainland. The PRC has threatened military action over the years, but has been deterred by Taiwan's defenses, US support, and international political pressure. Puyi worked with the Japanese. Yes, Puyi collaborated with Japan after being installed as the nominal ruler of Manchukuo in 1932. Japan used him as a figurehead emperor to legitimize their control over Manchuria, while retaining real power in Japanese hands. Puyi's cooperation was largely symbolic, but it made him a controversial historical figure for working with an occupying force. And that was the end of the China iceberg. Thank you for watching, and 再见。